Now, don't let the tightening of some COVID-19 restrictions dampen your holiday spirit entirely. Much to do in our country that won't hurt your health or your pocket. eNCA reporters Des Ntathia, Justin Ford and Nqobile Madlala on an epic road trip to discover hidden treasures and sights. I want to take you live now to the Free State. Nqobile, good afternoon to you. When I last saw you about an hour ago, I think you were in the town of Bethlehem and you were going to tuck into a large, it looked like a large hamburger.
Well, yes, it was, and it was really lovely on that restaurant with wheels, Mags. But now we have driven kilometers away from there, just about 30 minutes drive out. It's still part of the Eastern Free State, and now we find ourselves to one of the biggest vineyards there is in South Africa. So now we are joined here by two lovely guests who are basically, they are about to show us what's happening with this wine. I hope you're not going to get me drunk at work.
Wouldn't dream of it, no.
So perhaps tell us a little bit about how this farm works and what is it in front of us, Trish?
It's mile-high vineyards, so we are a mile high above sea level. And we are not quite the biggest vineyard, but we're certainly the highest in the country. Mm-hmm. And we have about 4,000 vines. And we make Shiraz, Pinotage, and Pinot Noir, and a blend, and a few, gathering up a few other little vines, and make a field blend. And we make about 6,000 bottles a year, stored in our cellar here. And yes, that's about us. We pick at the same time as the Cape do, so February, March, and we keep the wine in barrels for about 15 months and usually bottle about July the following year. And we do a recycling of our bottles, which is quite a big employment giver for staff on our farm. So we collect bottles from recycling depots, and then we have one of our ladies collects the tops and the foil pieces, and she takes those home for her own recycling, which she submits to, I think it's the foil people and metal people, and then somebody else cleans bottles and somebody else takes all the labels off, and then we store them, and then we bottle, as I say, 15 months later.
That sounds very lovely. I understand that you have guests here in the farm. What do they do around here in terms of tourism?
They can walk our mountains. You'll have to have a look up there and behind you. So walk up our mountains. There's horse riding in the area. There's boating. There's fishing. Beautiful dinosaurs literally on that farm over there. Lovely dinosaur prints. And there are biking and motorbiking and all sorts of trails that have been made for this sort of area.
Are you saying that perhaps under a lockdown we haven't been affected that much? So do you want to chip in?
We're certainly affected from a business point of view, as was the whole country. But health-wise, we've been very, very happy being away from civilization, if you like, or commercial.
It's the red wine we drink.
The red wine helped to keep us alive.
All right. Thank you very much. So you're going to allow me to taste this a little bit later on. So well, there you have it. So some of the people come here for hiking, for all sorts of activities, and from what I understand, it's not that expensive either. No. Yes, definitely. So it's not expensive at all, but it is something that one can try out, and it's still not a loss. I mean, under lockdown and under the pandemic, you can still have lots of fun and get to see the sort of view that I'm seeing here.